Well, hello. This is like the last week in April here in Souk, BC, and I just started getting the garden going and stuff. You know, I do a compost thing every year and that, and well, I'm having a bit of a hard time wrapping my head around this, but I haven't seen one bee. I saw a few bees. They were coming out of the cabin in the cracks about a week and a half ago, but they were big bees. They were like leaf cutter bees. And I think that's actually more like 10 days ago. Anyway, you'll see here we have our, you've got salmonberry flowers, right? Well, usually salmonberries right now, flowers have bees on them. So I don't know what's going on. Not seeing them. Not one. We do have a white butterfly. It's in there, but we're looking at all the flowers here. Not seeing one bee anywhere. Nowhere. All the flowers are out and there's no bee. No bees. I don't believe it. I don't believe what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing no bees. Not one bee. They're usually all over the salmonberry flowers by now. And of course, when the blackberries come out, we have a lot too. But I mean, this is a little early, but every year here I've been here, there's always been a few bees on the salmonberry bushes. I've always noticed that. We've got some strawberries and stuff growing too. I've never seen bees on a strawberry flower, but I see other little flies and stuff. So I've just planted pole beans in here and some runner type beans in there, and some New Zealand spinach, which is for hot weather spinach, so it doesn't bolt. I just took over this asparagus garden, and this is about the third year now, and by now it should be producing enough to take a few, and we have a few coming up. But because they didn't mulch it any of these years, it hasn't been growing the root system that it's supposed to be growing. It needs that mulch, eh? Anyway, here's another one. No bees. Not one. Not one bee. I can't believe this. Not one bee. We got a robin. He's happy. Yeah. It's got worms coming out of the ground like crazy. But, we're going to get this fig tree planted into a bigger container because still don't know where we're going to put it, or I'm going to put it. We got other things like I've got this nice little trellis set up in here for my snow peas and Oregon sugar pod peas we got going. I'm gonna have going in this year. I kind of like this little setup where I've got these things were like $20 a piece a few years ago, and I thought that was expensive, but it was payday and I needed to get a garden going. So anyway, in here we're getting all the peas watered every day and waiting for that. As soon as they start sprouting, I'll be dropping a net over the whole thing because birds love pea sprouts. They love any kind of sprout, and we've got lots of birds around here. We got quails, and they really love to eat the sprouts, boy. Yeah, and a grapevine. This is now, I planted this here about 15 years ago, and it grew into several. I think it's because the canes dropped into the ground over time, but we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 grapevines instead of 1, and they're all growing together because I kind of like just doing it that way. Waiting for the main trunks to get bigger. They're already pretty big now, so that's pretty good. Maybe one of these days or next year I might feel like putting a big setup there, a trellis for all of that. But you know, we've got not one bee. Not one bee, I can't believe it. There is not one bee. So if you're watching this and you live around Souk and you see any bees, you might want to leave a comment, because I can't believe what I'm seeing. There isn't one bee. Not one. Not one. What do you do, eh? Well, all I can do is hope and pray that they do come. The mason bees, you know, kind of look like a bumble-ish bee, but a little bit. I don't know what a bumblebee really means. There's mason bees, and you got leafcutter bees, and you've got, you know, honeybees. Honeybees being the smallest, and then the masons are kind of like a furry little bee, and then the leafcutters seem to be a bigger bee. A little bit hardier and tougher too, and stronger, but I can't believe it. I'm looking for some sort of a sign of bees. I'm seeing a few little flies. Well, I guess all we can do is hope they come. So if you do see any bees and you live around Souk, leave a message in the comment box. I myself am totally befuddled. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Not one bee. Not one. Nowhere. Do you know what's going on? I sure don't.